This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Style and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with Andy Clarke. We've just seen Zhilei Zhang knock out Joe Joyce quicker than he'd done it in April. Your initial thoughts?
Well, it was absolutely brutal, wasn't it? The knockout's a hell of a thing because it's kind of why we come. We all want to see it, but then when you see a big heavyweight get cleaned out like that, it just takes your breath away. And Zhang is a massive problem for anybody, a huge problem, because he's just got this looseness and fluidity to him that right hook, he threw the left hand. He maybe wasn't even really trying to land it, but it left him in a perfect position to throw the right hook. And his boxing mechanics are just so good that he can throw it without putting that much into it, and it lands really heavy, really heavy. He's got great technique, and I'm just very interested to see what happened with him next, because I'm not sure you'd really fancy him. If you're the fighters you could now definitely put above him, obviously Fury, Usyk, Wilder and Joshua, you would say. On recent form, you would say that he's had better recent wins than Anthony has, but he's a former two-time unified champion of the world, Joshua, so I think you have to put him in that top four. But I don't really know why you would want to fight him if you were any of them. So I'm fascinated by it, and I feel for Joe because I'm not sure where he goes from here, to be honest.
I was just about to say that you don't know where he goes from here. Do you think he does go from here? Do you think that could be it?
It's possible. I feel like he's the kind of guy who might do something that would, out of the ordinary. And I do feel like calling it a day at this point, although I think it would be a decent decision. It's probably not what you would expect, because it's generally not what fighters do. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. He's his own man. He has other interests, and he will know that. It sounds a bit harsh to say if he can't beat Zhang, then he's not gonna get to where he wants to get to. But that is the truth. That is the truth.
I was just about to say there, you see Zhang sort of after the Hrgovic fight now, he's came and he's caused an upset. Look at the decision that Queensbury made to get him over here. It might look sort of on a bad part from them, but an unreal opportunity for Zhang. Now he looks into Fury, AJ, all these names that you mentioned previously.
Yeah, of course, and he's a Queensbury fighter, isn't he? Yeah. So I know that it might seem like a poor decision for them to get him straight back over here to fight Joyce, so that ultimately the final decision would have been Joyce's. But he's their guy, so they couldn't lose. Frank Warren is just like, he's an unbelievable bloke, really. Like, he's been doing this for so long. We shouldn't be surprised. But he couldn't lose tonight. He literally couldn't lose. And that's a great position to be in if you're a promoter. So they'll be excited about what's next for Zhang. People will look at taking the immediate rematch. I don't really feel like he had a lot of choice, just because of his age and where he is, and he'd lost his place in the queue, and how would you get back in that queue without doing this? It didn't. The first result was so comprehensive, it was always going to be very, very tough, but I don't see what else he could have done.
Absolutely, Andy. Thank you for your time. We're about to get kicked out, and my arm is absolutely killing me, so I appreciate your time, and all the best, mate. Thank you.